I was going to type. I always do that. Hello, Jace. I'm just popping on here for a few minutes, see who's out there. Do you have a channel, Jace? Hi, Debbie. Jace is here. I don't recognize the crosses or pluses. It's so small I can't tell. Did I hear about Charlie Kirk? No. Okay. Jace does have a channel. Well, if you don't have any words, I can't ask you about Charlie Kirk. I'll have to look it up. Hey, Misfit Ace. Now, you were formerly just Ace, correct? But you changed it because Sally says it's the group of misfits, right? And there's Rick. Hello, Rick. Misty, cool day in Virginia. Man, I just got hot. I walked in the door. I guess it's been about 45 minutes ago from seeing the grandkids, and I had to feed the dogs and get all this stuff like prepared and get ready to go on my walk tonight. And I was like, I'm going to hop on here, but I am really warm. I remembered that, Ace, just to call you Ace because I was asking you how to pronounce it. I don't know if Sally's going to post it or not, but I sent her a box of Halloween decorations, and she opened it while she was filming it. So I hope she does post that. And Ace has said hello to Debbie, and Rick says, hey, Debbie Sue, hope all is well in Appalachia. And Jay says he basically a Trump supporter who talks about politics, and he got shot today and died like 1 to 2 hours ago. I haven't heard about that. What Jay says, whatever you do, don't watch the video of him getting shot. It's just so sad, gory, and devastating. And Debbie says, yes, everything is good, Rick. Yeah, I don't like to watch those kind of videos where people are really injured or die. So fall keeps putting us little teaser out that it's going to be cooler, and it was 67, I think, when I got up this morning, and right now it's 88. So it's like you need summer clothes in the morning. I'm sorry, fall clothes in the morning and summer clothes in the afternoon. Debbie says that was nice of you to send that to Sally. Did she already post it, Debbie? Did you see it? And Rick says, just wanted to pop in for a moment. Time for supper and prepping for tomorrow's adventure in the bookstore. Yay. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by, Rick. Like it on the way out, please. And, well, I was showing her some of my stuff from Hobby Lobby, and she really liked some of it. And I said, I'll just go back. So I hopped in the car and went back, and then she picked out a couple of things, and then I threw in a couple of things for her. And Debbie says, no, you just said you sent it. I sent it on Friday. She got it today. And Debbie is saying, sounds great, to Rick. And A says, I'm mortified. I got it sent to me not knowing it was that bad. I truly think I'm traumatized. Yeah. Rick says, absolutely. Take care. Y'all be happy. Thank you, Rick. I prefer to be happy. Debbie says, take care, Rick. So I'm saying I'm hot and I'm drinking hot coffee. Coffee goes with everything. Unless I'm working out in the sun. I won't drink it then. So I do hope that Sally posts that little video of her opening the box up and unwrapping everything, because I think she truly was surprised at some of the stuff. But she was waiting for me to get back from my grandkids' house so that she could open it with me on a FaceTime call. So we did that, but she was recording it as well. Yeah, I hope she does too. She said that she had a colorful scarf on and maybe a different shirt over the top of the one she's wearing. So probably the same thing. The weather gets warmer in the afternoon. And then she had taken all of it off and was just wearing a plain black shirt. And she wasn't too happy with that. So Ace, where do you live? Because I know you're on, at least I think you're on Sally's morning Sunrise with Sally a lot. And I'm in Texas and she's in Pennsylvania. So she's an hour ahead of me. So just as she's wrapping it up, I'm getting up. Well, should I go get some cards with some subjects to talk about? There's only 2 of us. So it's Debbie for sure. And I don't know if it's Jace or Ace that's left because Rick already left. Got some note cards. Usually every time I bring notes with me, somebody else comes up with a subject. Hi, Rhonda. We are just getting started because we haven't been on here long. So I was just looking at my note cards to try to start a conversation. I've said I've done that before, but we seem to take off on a different tangent. So I've got my note cards out. So what is really interesting is because 2 other channels, I know, I know her, Julie Jordan Scott. I saw a video on hers talking about gratitude, and somebody else, maybe Sally, somebody else was talking about gratitude. So I had already had this old, you can tell it's an old note card written out, and I wrote on here, be grateful, and it's titled, Can We Live Gracefully? Oh, Rhonda, you're going to do a live later at 7, just finished at work. Okay. I'm probably going to go for a walk at 7:30. I'll just take you with me if you're still going at 7:30. Okay. So some of the notes I wrote, and the next was under living gracefully, is to be grateful and to stay in the moment, because that's all we have is where we're at right now. Yesterday's gone and tomorrow is not here. And then I put on here that we all experience loss. Some are expected and some aren't. So how we handle I don't know that we can handle really how we feel, but we can handle how we treat each other and ourselves included. And a lot of you, well, there's only 2 of you on here now, know that I lost my daughter in 2021. And that was really a testing time for me to figure out how to move forward and to be happy and to not just sink into a depression and, die of a broken heart. And then I wrote, as we see the end getting closer, do we wonder where we will go? And do we care? Thank you, Rhonda. I will take you with me if you're still going past 30 minutes. We'll have to get my shoes and socks on. You would think that I was going out of town. I'm like, I got to get this ready and that ready. And it's not that bad, but it takes me a few minutes to get out the door. because the reason I wrote this question down, does anybody care where you're going? Or do you know where you're going, is because there's a lot of different answers to that question. Some people say we just exist right here and right now and we're done. Other people believe, like I believe, that we have eternal souls and we do go one of two places and we have the choice of where we go. And what's our purpose? What is our purpose in our life? And I think that it changes. There are, we have our school life and our dating life and our get married life and our have children life. And some of them don't go in that exact order, but we have certain milestones that we meet. And so I think our purpose is ever changing. One time it might be to be a student and a good worker and a parent. And then I think we can dive kind of back into work again after the kids are grown. And then the fortunate ones get to retire and we find another purpose, hopefully. And I think my purpose is to be kind and be happy and just stay in the moment, like I said at the very beginning. And I wrote, open a new part of yourself and grow. And so that's what I'm finding is happening to me now that I have retired. There's time to get ready in the morning. It's not like rushing out the door at 7:30. I can wait till 9 o'clock to go take a shower and get dressed. Everything is done with a little bit slower pace, a little bit kinder to myself, and I'm able to keep up with things around the house better. I don't really think I have a huge requirement to be happy. I like to be in my home. Most of all, that's my favorite place. And I do like nature a lot too, but I mean, that's in small doses. That's on a little walk. I don't want to go camp in a tent or go sit for 12 hours by a creek. I want to walk by it and maybe take some pictures and, go back home. So there's 5 people on here, and Debbie Sue was the last one that spoke, and she said, yes, that's true. In case you're wondering if I'm ignoring messages, comments. And the last thing I wrote on this list, which this was weeks ago, I wrote, be filled with joy when you wake up. Well, depending on how you're feeling, that can be a little harder other mornings and a little easier other mornings. Debbie says, I actually wouldn't mind sitting by a creek for 12 hours. LOL. I would, because I don't have the attention span to sit there that long. I would start thinking about, I need to do laundry. I need to start dinner. I need to feed the dogs. All the things that I do throughout the day, I wouldn't have the 12 hours to sit out there. Now, if I had another person to sit with and it was comfortable and we could chat, that would be different. But completely by myself, I wouldn't stay very long. I'd have to keep moving and walking. But there's a trail up in McKinney, Texas called Irwin. And it's basically a biking and a hiking trail for bicycles. And I think the loop is around 8-9 miles or so. And there's places where you can get off if you don't want to walk so far. But they have bicycles going in one direction and hikers going opposite direction. And it's all back in through the trees and over the roots and over some rocks. And, it can take several hours to walk through that. And I don't mind that at all, to keep moving. I don't think the last time, but 2 times before that, I got lost out there. And I panicked when I get lost. My GPS wouldn't come on and I was panicked. And Debbie says, I know I couldn't do it all the time, but once in a while I would love it. I remember when we would go camping when the kids were little, And we'd go up to Oklahoma most of the time, and we'd find a campsite that was like right next to the lake. And once like the meal's over with and the kids are playing, I can sit in the outdoors like that for a long time. But I don't really camp anymore. I like my own bed. But up there in the Appalachian Mountains, there's that Appalachian Trail, I assume, that is around there somewhere. I've seen videos of that, and that looks absolutely gorgeous. That would be a place that I would like to go. But we hear the bad news. We hear that it's really dangerous, and then I hear people that live around there saying, no, it's not. So do you hear that it's dangerous, Debbie? No. Okay. Yeah, it's like the camping where they have like those shelters. I've heard bad things about those. But then the people that are saying it are out there and nothing has happened while they're videoing. It's well protected. There's always somebody on it. Okay. I love those kind of walks where it's not paved and it's, I don't want to walk through mud, but where it's dirt and stuff that you can walk through. Well, Debbie, I'm not going to hold you up because no one else is talking. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this and let everybody get on with their evening because it says, well, there was 4. Now there's 2. So anyway, thank you, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, you're driving home, so you're just listening. Okay. Well, I think Debbie must have left them because no, it's you. It's just you and Debbie. Debbie's always so nice. She just hangs on forever and ever and ever. I don't want to do that to her. But it's almost 5:30. I know we're both on the same time zone, Rhonda. So I'm going to do my best to get back on here at 7 and say hi and then just go for the walk. Debbie, LOL. Okay, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.